What's up, y'all? It's your Taylor Made Wealth Gardener. So, if you don't like what's growing in your life, check what you've been watering. And then most people are watering the wrong things and wondering why nothing is growing. So, attention determines direction. And especially in this ever changing world, what you continue to focus on will expand. So, if you're focusing on the right things, if you're focusing on things that are going to build value, if you're focusing on those things that are going to allow you to expand, right? Those things that, like, even when we're meditating, the Bible talks about being like a tree that's planted by the river of water. Or we're meditating on God's word, we're meditating on the right things. That allows us to grow, that allows us to flourish. But if we're focusing on those things that are not giving us joy, if we're focusing on rotten relationships, or we're focused on people that aren't giving us energy, that are draining us, if we're focused on circumstance, right, and not being able to focus on vision, then where are we going? Because think about this. If we're caught in a circumstance is literally you standing in a circle. That means you're not moving. But it's so very important to be like water, right? We're talking about flow. Especially in the garden, water is so essential. It's the essence of everything that we do. So I want to encourage you, get out of your circumstance by moving. Literally, movement is the greatest asset that you have. Not focusing on being stuck where you are or looking back behind you. You learn from the past, but you don't stay in the past. So if you want to get to the next season of your life, you got to learn to flow. You've got to learn to continue to move forward, no matter what the circumstance. Because remember, once again, your attention, you've got to pay attention with intention so that you can allow yourself to continue to move forward. So when we think about, of course, if we're thinking about business, right, you got to have the right teams, the right systems, the right skills that we're going to invest in that allows you to build. Because remember, when you don't focus on certain elements of your business, when you don't focus on certain elements of your finance, it decays. So if we're not focused on eliminating debt and we allow those interest rates to continue to kick in, right, and we allow all that to compound, remember, compound interest goes two ways, right? It can be compounding for you where your money is growing, or you be compounding a deficit where you're compounding and you're continuing lag because your interest rate's so high and those loans are continuing to accrue. So if you've got to focus on eliminating the debts, you got to focus on eliminating those things in life that are a liability. And so there's another thing where it's consistency, right? Because consistency beats your intensity. Like you can go super hard on a thing for a small amount of time and think you're doing something, right? Like think about this, right? A big flood of something that happens right away is not ever as good as a smooth, continual hit. Just like the water that continually beats on the stone is way more powerful than just a big wave that hits a rock one time. You got to be consistent, right? Because that's how beaches are formed. That's how things change. That's how things are broken down when you're consistent over a set amount of time. Remember, in business, a few simple disciplines will bring you success versus a few errors in judgment will bring you failure. So if you want to be like the water that's flowing and that's bringing forth consistency, that's bringing forth life, that's bringing forth abundance, then you got to be consistent in your flow. You got to be consistent in your work, because a lot of times we want to have that overnight success, but if we're not consistently flowing in the things that we need to flow into, we won't get to the place that we need to get to. And then, of course, we talk about this all the time, but your environment multiplies your results. Like I showed in a few videos before, right? I had my aquarium behind me, right? It was full of algae. The fish was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? But I cleaned the environment, right? And now it's beautiful. You can literally see clear through that there's a tree, that there's beautiful uh, um, flora and fauna and all that. So there's fish, of course, and then there's plants in there as well. But it's beautiful because it changed the environment, and your environment dictates and changes how you grow. But think about this. A good seed, once again, in bad soil, it's not going to do anything. It's going to struggle. So you've got to put yourself in environments that allow you to grow, that allow you to flourish. So I wanted to just know and just be encouraged to know that the best is yet to come, but you've got to put yourself in a place where you're flowing and that you're feeding the right things, right? Because think about this. I remember a story that there's two dogs inside of you. Whichever dog you feed is the dog that's gonna grow. So if you're feeding the dog of fear, doubt, chaos, then that's what's gonna grow inside. But if you feed your faith, if you feed the faith and belief that you can overcome, that things will get better, that if you focus on the inputs, that you continue to do the consistent things each and every day, that you continue to put the seed in the right ground, that you continually water like you're supposed to, that you continually cultivate and cut those dead things off that you're supposed to, you will see the fruit of your labor. It is not in vain what you're going through right now. I've been there. We've all been there. We've all got seasons and different parts of our lives that we're in, different chapters that we're in. So just know the best is yet to come, but you got to know that water will help you grow, and what you feed grows. So once again, I want to say, like and subscribe. It's your Tailor-Made Wealth Gardener. I grow, we grow wealth together, just like that. We got some amazing things that are going to be coming up. We've got a summit that we're going to be doing later on throughout the year. We've got some financial things that we're going to be doing. And so I'm so excited, because as we grow our personal garden, we grow our spiritual garden, we grow our financial garden, all of these different gardens are going to put together, bring about a beautiful life. And so I want to encourage you, keep moving forward, so you can grow. The best is yet to come. I'll holler at you on the next one.